Welcome back, YouTube. Welcome back. We are going to try another no death run today. It's going to go as it's going to go. I've got high hopes, but I don't want to curse it and be like, this is the one. So, let's get in. Let's get in and do this. Now, what do I actually want this to be? Say hello to YouTube, say hello to the Twitchers, you know, say hello to yourself in the past, or, you know, I'm still not really sure how that works. Every run we've done that has gone well, we have picked a female. And every run where I have jumped off the edge and died instantly, we've picked a man. So the game is telling us something, we're going a woman, making a female. What's her name? The question is, this could be the run. So this character needs an important name. This character needs to be special. God Gamer. You must be talking about someone else. Jubilant Katarina origin, customize, similar face slider to different, hit similar face button like 200 times. Whoa. Name this one Owo Near. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna just go Near. I like a simple name. We'll go Near. Do you know what I'm really disappointed in? Actually, we're about to go completely off topic for a second here, but I saw the character creator of Big Game, one game of the year a few years ago. Emily's man is in it. Big Game. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Something 3 or 4. Shit, it's right on the tip of my big RPG. The game of a few years ago. Someone help me. It's Emily. It's like the one thing Emily talks about. Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you. Right, perfect. I saw the character creator of Baldur's Gate 3 the other day. It is shockingly disappointing. I couldn't believe it. Like, Dark Souls does it better. The wrestling games do it better. Like, I had heard Baldur's Gate 3 is this really, really deep RPG. But seeing the character creator, I was like, oh shit, hang on, what is this? I couldn't believe it. So yeah, that's the first time I've actually like watched Baldur's Gate 3 be played, and my opening interaction was like, this is disappointingly basic. And it's like, yeah, and there's nothing worse than games where people are like, yeah, but if you get mods, that it makes the thing that is bad good. It's like, it doesn't make it good though. You can fix it, but like, yeah, I'm really disappointed. Dark Souls 1 has a better character creator, and this came out like 10 years ago. Bull. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, I'm not sure what they were doing. But if we can look past that, I've heard the game is like one of the best games ever made. So, you know, when we get to Baldur's Gate 3, we'll be able to, but yeah, I will not be doing any mods when we get to these kind of games. I want to play them as the Lord developers intended. Right. Here's the question I've got. I'm gonna need Owo Near, I'm gonna need Spirit Weasel, and I'm gonna need, if I seriously want to take this serious, if I want to try to beat this game without dying, we are gonna need to go slow and steady, for real. But the answer is like Knight or Warrior, right? We want like high health. It's gotta be something that starts with like a lot of health. But the idea of starting with a magic, you know, the idea of starting with a magic is pretty powerful stuff if we're trying not to die. What's the bandits? Now, we've done what now? This is what, No Death Run 7 or 8 actually. And we've tried Bandit. Bandit went well, I remember that. Thief didn't go well. What did we go, right, hang on. What did we go in the one we just put up on YouTube? Yeah, you know, Nier, I was for years someone who just wanted to be biggest, strongest, you know, give me the big two-handed axe. I don't care that it takes me 45 minutes to swing it. Once I hit, I'll do damage. I was like that in games for a long time. And then in Dark Souls, I'm not sure what it was. One of the From Software games, I decided to switch to dual daggers. And I was like, oh, I've been playing games wrong my whole life. Like, I can hit this guy 35 times and be halfway into killing his mate before my old weapon is finished swinging. You know, it's like, what was I doing all these years? And that was Skyrim was one of those. Skyrim was, I'm not just going to go the big heavy weapon, I need to expand my horizons. So I was a wee bow and magic person, and that's when I really opened my mind to like, God, I should broaden my video game horizons a bit. Like, for just 20 years, I would only pick the boring white human male with a big weapon class, and I would never stray from that. I was like, what are you doing? You're not even experiencing these games properly. Well, I mean, you are, but you know what I mean. Right, I think we're gonna go Knight. Knight has a lot of health, starts with a good shield. Yeah, the idea of picking something that can heal, though, for like a serious attempt at a no-death run, picking something that can heal is juicy. See, talking about Baldur's Gate 3 and starting this, I'm so in the mood for like a big RPG. I think if Avowed wasn't coming in like 2 or 3 days, I'm in a mood where I'd probably start something like Baldur's Gate. I'm really feeling like a massive RPG right now. I'm so freaking ready for Avowed. Cannot wait. Right, yeah, I think we're going to make her a knight. We're going to make Near Knight with the gift. Now, tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong. But the last time we went through these gifts to determine which one is the best for a no-death run, it was intensely, plainly obvious that the ring that gives you HP is better than any of these random usable items. They're all just like, here's some health, here's some bombs. Obviously there's the key we took on our main run that gets us through a few doors. I'd always usually take the key. Every run we'd play a games like this, the key is the answer. Every time. But when the goal is specifically to get through this without dying, it just might be starting with the ring that gives you HP increase. If I want to not die, do I really want to open the door to where Havel lives? Do I really honestly want to fight Havel early on the run where the goal is to not die? I don't know about that. So I feel like safe and steady wins the race, we take the ring. You're wrong. I'm still in my 45-minute swing era. Yeah, I was there forever. And you know, when Monster Hunter comes out at the end of this month, I'm definitely going to start in my Monster Hunter slow and steady swing era for sure. I want to play as a big hammer. I was told Master Key. Yeah, Master Key is it. I guess it depends on if you're going to use the key to get something early. If not, then probably... the key just gives us more options. Yeah, we'll take the key. We'll take the key. The key gives us more options. Now, physique doesn't really matter, does it? Will we just... I don't even know. He's playing like me. Tiny head, top heavy, large lower body, large upper body, very large, very slim, average. Now, I don't think the ring gives that much HP overall. Don't really remember though. Really? Yeah, okay, we'll take the key. We're taking the key. Now, I'm an idiot for thinking that the slimmer you make them, the smaller their hitbox, aren't I? That's stupid of me, right? The game's not programmed so that if I pick the largest lady, there is a bigger hitbox for the enemy. That can't be a thing. Right? I did slim because men. Yeah, I'm gonna put the slimmest possible because of hitboxes. Because we're going the slimmest knight you've ever seen. I wish I could choose malnourished. But we're gonna pick the slim. There is no malnourished option, so we're gonna go very slim. Now, face. So for me, hair is very important. So we do that first so that we can pick a face that goes with the hair. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. color is skin color, is that it? Wait, is this eyes? Am I choosing eye color here? Color. It's like hair and eye color. Okay, right, we're picking hair. She doesn't have a shaved head. Let's take the red and make it like a brown or something, just for now. No, get away, get away. We're not finished here. Here we want... God, this, the choices are rough, eh? The choices are rough. Now, I occasionally watch the UFC, not very often, but sometimes I'll watch the UFC and it is very cool to see the women being treated the same as the men. I love that. We're in a golden age. And a lot of the women who come out with the mentality of, I want to kill this other woman, have their hair braided back like this so none of it gets in their face. So we are going to go for this braided hair because it is the most I have... The person who has come to Lordran, or whatever this place is called, to fight demons, did not put their hair in pony. This person did not take not to die in very seriously, you know what I mean? This woman didn't want her hair getting in her face when there's blood all over it. She's thinking. So we got braided hair. Now, face. You have posted twice now that we should go jubilant category. Oh! You look happy. Okay. That seems almost vaguely racist. Right, wait, what do we do now? Customize, similar face slider to different. Customize. Maturity. Hormones. Hormones! That's pretty cool of them to put it like that, honestly. Features, weak, strong. Similar face slider to different. Where's the similar face slider? Am I going mad? Create similar face. Different. Different. All the way. Here we go. Right. Similar face slider to different. Hit similar face button like 200 times. Okay. Here we go. Oh my god, we've made the Wicked Witch! We've made the Wicked Witch! What is happening? What have we done? Oh my god, what have we done? Oh my god, she's drowning! She's melting! Oh lord! Shit, I think she lives in my building. Holy hell, what is going on? It looks like Prince Harry! Oh my god, we had Prince Harry for a second there, damn it, we lost him. Hang on, let's go till we find another celebrity. Shit, I feel like we had Elon for a second there, but now he's gone again. Elon came and went too fast. What is wrong with this dude's face? Right, there he is. There he is. There she, oh, it's a she. God, so she is. No, we can't let her look like this. I forgot we were making a woman. We couldn't have this poor woman look like this. We're going again. No, you know what? No, we're not. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Right. Perfect. How do we get out of here? I'm done. I couldn't be any more. Oh, she looks ill. I don't know how long she's got left to live. Let's make her one life worth living. Look what I've got. I'm gross, right? Look, I've got a full bar of cream egg chocolate. And there's only like 2 bits left. I used to watch a Dark Souls speedrunner, and this is how you make his character every time. That's amazing.
Everlasting dragons. But then there was fire.
If you've been here on any of the previous Dark Souls streams, you'll know that one of the things I do while I play these games is just vomit praise for From Software every single moment I can.
Life,
and one is that they have forever
and of course,
been sick at these intro cutscenes.
Then from the dark they came. and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead.
That's neato! Someone told me I should kill him before I get the big
The
cup
Witch of Isaac
on my next playthrough.
and her daughters of
So we'll try that.
chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
The Furtive Pygmy. That's a great name for a character. They're so good, like,
With the strength
they're just
of
fucking
lords,
great. The people who write this
challenge
shit
the
are...
dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease.
Look at this big fella.
And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own.
This
and the
heathen
dragon
bastard. This Judas. The Judas of the dragons. We're learning the plot, y'all. We are learning. After we beat the game on stream, this was my first time playing this. I don't know if you guys know, like, I've played a lot of the From Software games, but I have never played Dark Souls 1 or 2 or any of the DLCs. So this was my first time playing Dark Souls 1 on the stream, and once we finished it, we just spent the next like 2 or 3 hours on the stream watching lore videos and trying to piece it all together.
Only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light,
You don't know that.
but
That's
only
you don't.
endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the
Well, then you better
accursed
watch Nier because I'm
dark
about
side.
to beat the game in one sitting without dying. Or something. I don't believe that for 1 second. you gotta leave. You're gonna get spoiled. I'm gonna race my way through this. No problem. No sorry. Yes, sir. Oh, a little rat. There's a little rat.
Yes, indeed.
It was really cool to
The
get
dark
into From
side
Software
brands the
and to get
undead.
into this series so hard, so extremely in love
And in
with
this
a
land,
developer and a series of games, and know that I hadn't
undead
played
are
the one that
crowned
people say is the
and
best
led
one,
to
that being this one. It was like, I've not played the one people consider their worst game, Dark Souls 2. And I hadn't
Where
played the
they
one a
are
lot of
not
people consider their best game, Dark Souls 1.
to await
And now that we've
the
beat it
end
once
of
and
the
we've done a few of these runs, it's like, oh, I see. I get it now. No wonder people rave so highly about this. So yeah, on the stream over the next couple of years, it's going to be so exciting to replay the Souls games I've played, but like with a better understanding of From Software. But more importantly, I've not done any of the DLCs for any of these games. And the people who love them say they're the best parts. So it's so cool that I'm going, oh my god. Oh dear, why have we done that to this poor woman? Hey. Do you want to jump down and we'll do this together? It'll be better if we do it as a 2. No? Yeah, that's fine. I'll get it. I'll get it. You ask me on any given day, and I'll tell you that Elden Ring or Sekiro is their best game ever. And then I'll be like, but the best moments ever happened in Armored Core. Or maybe Dark Souls 1. And then it's like, you ask me the next day and all those answers are different. So it's these games are just magical. And I think the thing that I love the most is that I played this game when it came out. I didn't like it. I played this game when it came out, and I did what everyone does when they first play these games, and just play them like normal action games. That you come in and you swing and you attack and you fight and you equip the things with the biggest numbers, and obviously you need to learn how these things play to play them. They don't play like your standard action games. So like a lot of people, I just bounced off this. I was like, this is too hard. Like a lot of people, I think a lot of people who dislike these games misunderstand it. Like, they think it's just difficult. People are like, it's not fun that these games are really hard. Like, it's not good that the games are just tough. But it's not about them being tough, it's about learning how to play them. Neo is actually a game I bounced right off. I didn't love Neo at all. I actually don't like many games that dev team makes. They've never really made many games that sing to me. I will one day try Neo 2, but I've heard that it's even worse than Neo 1 for just like spam dropping loot and stuff like that. The thing I love about these games is that every single thing in them is a deliberate decision. Whereas Neo, it's just like a sort of loot drop game that looks a bit like Dark Souls. So I kind of bounced off it, but one day we'll try 2. One day we'll try 2, but yeah. I hear 2 is even more Borderlands, where like you beat a boss and it's just like a sea of coloured gear drops. Yeah, Neo is, if I'm being honest, Neo is the first of a sea of games that tried to capitalise on From Software's success and failed miserably. No one game, except for one single game, no one game has come close to doing this, but there have been so many devs that have tried in the last like 8 years. But did Neo or Lords of the Fallen come out first? That's a good question. Huh. Maybe the first Lords, actually? Huh. Yeah, Sekiro's like an 11 out of 10 masterpiece of gaming. Neo is like a average clone. But the one Souls game that isn't made by From Software that's fucking, oh my god, is Lies of P. The game is goddamn masterful. If you haven't played Lies of P, imagine Dark Souls, but it's set in the world of Pinocchio. No, I did not stutter. You play as Pinocchio, and you get your quests from Geppetto, and it's amazing. It's one of the best games. If I played Lies of P and didn't know, I would just think it was made by From Software. It is an exceptional Dark Souls game, where you play as Pinocchio. Such a weird thing. Isn't there a door down here we can open? Didn't we specific? Oh no, it's down here. Oh wait, then what is that ledge? Is there... Have you played Bloodborne? Yeah, Bloodborne is how I fell in love with From Software. Bloodborne is how it started. I played Bloodborne, I was like, oh. It wasn't like, I wasn't ready to admit that it was, I get it now. It was like, oh, this one's way better than that shitty Dark Souls 1 I played years ago and didn't like. And so I've just written off the series. And then Dark Souls 2 came out and even the fans didn't like it. And I was like, yeah, I was right. Dark Souls isn't that good. And then I played Bloodborne and I was like crying. This is magical. I'm like saying to my partner, you don't understand, they don't make games like this. This is so special. She's like, yeah, whatever, dude. And I just fell in love with Bloodborne in a very real way. And that started the love of From Software in like an intense love. I was like nervous with excitement, like in a way that like, as if I knew I was going to be debuting in the Royal Rumble tomorrow, or I knew I was about to be declared the President of America or something. Like, I couldn't sleep the night before Elden Ring came out in a way that was like unhealthy. From Software are so freaking good, it is sickening. It's sickening. They put pretty much every other games company in the world to shame. Not only in their way they make their games, but in the way they treat their staff. It's just amazing. I don't know if you know this, but From Software, the success of Elden Ring, what that did was From Software started paying every member of staff more, including the janitors. Every single person who works at From Software. The catering staff, to the programmers, to the vice president, to the people who clean the bins. Everyone got a pay increase because From Software actually give a shit. The guy who runs From Software was quoted as saying, "Capitalism is a fad." And I love him so much. He's the best man in the world. And he just happens to be making exceptional video games. It's insane. You don't get all the bad stuff that has happened in the world lately. COVID, Trump again. It was the bad things that needed to happen to balance out the fact that the world was getting From Software. That's how it is. Programmer? Hashtag programmer. Oh wait, you meant to say pro gamer. I was like, who's a programmer? You are? I am? Now, on our like 9th run, we found an item down here, didn't we? Yep, there we go. There might be more here, honestly. Programmer! Yeah, it's so funny. We fought the Big Pilgrim so many times that like he's not even a problem anymore. Normally we hype up and go, right, we're gonna drop attack the Big Pilgrim, here we go. But this time we just smashed him, who cares? You're just the Big Pilgrim. You're nothing.
That one day an undead shall be chosen.
Remember y'all, this bird is the cause for the worst part of this game.
To leave
When you return to the Undead Asylum later, if you so choose, there's this slow-mo shot of the bird carrying the main cat, and it slows down like it's the end of an 80s sitcom, and it is just the weirdest thing in the whole game. I have no idea who decided that maybe we have like a cool like slow-mo shot like the credits are about to roll, but it's in there. It's very bizarre. The most odd thing and out-of-place thing in this odd and out-of-place video game is that one camera shot. Yeah! We're on a bird! Is this all bosses? Or just trying to win? Huh, good question. Honestly, up until a certain point, it's gonna be just trying to survive. And then if we get far enough that we're like, oh shit, we've got a run on our hands here, then we're gonna figure it out. But for now, let's just get, you know, let's ring a couple of bells and see if we're still alive. Right, let me think about this. The smartest thing to do if we're doing no deaths, if we're trying to get this, I haven't played any of the DLCs except for when we were streaming this one, we beat it and we played the DLC and it was my first time playing it. I sat and played it all in one sitting and it was just like this perfect little microcosm of this game. You know, like, people often talk about how the DLCs for, like, a good DLC in general is that the developers have taken all the lessons they learned from the main game and sort of bottled that down into, like, the essence of what made it great and sort of chipped away what people didn't love about it, things like that. And my understanding and the evidence so far from seeing one of them is that that is From Software's goal, is to just make these perfect little, concise, tight,
But there's one.
If you're brave, you can go to Ghost Town and get the Firekeeper Soul, right? So Ghost Town is down the stairs. We can take out the ghosts with items we pick up down there. The Firekeeper Soul, what? There's one down there just sitting about down there. How far in would we have to go? Nah, let's play slow instead. See, no, that's the allure. You're being the tempt spirit weasel. You're being the beautiful temptress, the siren song in the sea. You're gonna tempt me to, oh, you should go get this item, and I'll be like, shit, I want that item, and then I'm gonna die. We're gonna be mad. The beautiful siren is calling. Right, come on then, right, wait, he says it's right at the start. Yeah, my mates who my one mate Jordan, who is obsessed with these games, he regularly like can't believe that I've not played the DLCs. He's like, you need to understand, you've not played your favorite developer's best content. And I was like, that excites me so much. It's like it almost makes me not want to play it because that is what everyone says, Spirit Weasel, and it's just, I cannot wait, I cannot wait. And I've not played 2 at all, and it's so low in my estimations. Like 2 is, I think, so little of 2 because everyone has shat on it for like a decade that I imagine by the time I get to it, I'm going to be like, hey, this is pretty, you know, this is a pretty decent thing. Even if it's From Software's worst game, it's still a game made by From Software, you know what I mean? It's like, I get the feeling I'm gonna like 2. I do. Right, Spirit Weasel, you're telling me that somewhere here... Dark Souls 2 is only bad compared to the others. Yeah, I have heard that. And that makes sense. I'm not mad that people complained, and as well, my understanding is it wasn't Lord Miyazaki that was involved in 2, was it? Like, he... the good Lord Miyazaki wasn't actually involved in Part 2 very much. I could be off there. I could be very off.
Soon.
Miyazaki was working on Bloodborne or something. Yeah, okay, right, you know, that's fair. That's fair. Do you know what made me laugh so much? I don't know if you've seen any of the footage that's come out in the last couple of days. Like, people have had their hands on Night Rain, so there's been a bunch of footage, and I think there was a network test or something. But, like, see the fact that you drop in, like, gliders, like it's fucking Fortnite, is the funniest shit in the world. Like, I love these games to death, but I don't think I'll ever not to laugh at the fact that Night Rain starts with you, like, jumping out of the fucking Fortnite bus. But you're gliding on spirit eagles or some shit. It's just, like, so strange. Fortnite has absolutely changed all video games forever. And there's no clearer sign of that than Elden Ring Night Rain starting with you jumping out the bang bus or whatever it's called. Oh shit, it's definitely not called the bang bus. I think that's a different thing. Right, we got some transient curses. Spirit Weasel, I'm scared here. Where is it? How far in are we going here? How far in are we going before I get murdered in the face? Where is this item you want me to get? While we're waiting for Spirit Weasel to say it's literally 2 seconds in, you'll be fine, we're gonna get the transient curse on the bar. Okay, so when you go in and get to the shallow water, okay, go right until you reach a small bridge. Okay, at the end is the soul. So it's somewhere over... Oh god, here we go. No, because the ghosts will ambush you on the bridge. Right, y'all, come on, let's just do it. So you can either kill them or Homeward Bone out. Homeward Bone, hang on. Shit, that's a great idea. Let's get the bone on the bar. I don't have any bones. Shit. Okay. Okay. How long does Transient Curse last? He didn't level oh no, right. No, no. I told myself I wasn't gonna fall for this, and I'm falling for it so hard right now. We are gonna go up the stairs. We're gonna fight the man that throws the pot. We're gonna go in the little cave. We're gonna kill that one rat, and we're gonna take it slow and steady. There's a little weapon. I was looking for I've died so many times trying to do this here. Right, so I was asking my mate for tips on a good no death run. And he was saying there sort of aren't really that many great tips. He's like, it's like Elden Ring. You got to pump your health. You got to put points in your health, right? Okay, fair. But he did say, he said a phrase that I understood what he meant, but it was so funny because he was talking my language. He was like, he said, what you've got to do is hope that the first scary man drops his magic big sword. And I know exactly what he means. There is a chance that the first big scary man, I know who he means, the guy in the tunnel, the first big scary man, there's a chance he drops his big scary sword. I know exactly what he's talking about. When we get there, I'll point him out to you. When you get to the first big scary man, just hope he drops his big scary sword. I was like, yeah, I know exactly where we're going. Spot on. So if, indeed, the big scary man drops the big scary sword, we are going to use it. Can drop his halberd. Oh, I think he was referring to the one in the little tunnel bit in the Undead Bird. You know, like the very first one of them you get to. Speedrun. You do speedrunning of this game. Whoa. That's hardcore. I do know. I just watch it. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I see. It was the go-to weapon for speedrunners. Okay, you're not saying for your speedruns. I feel you, right. Near, you're getting your vitality pumped to the moon. We're putting health up to like 25 before we touch anything else. Let's get out of here. Now, if I recall correctly, this absolute villain here, this complete horrible pest, dropped some shit about here. Remember someone told us last time, we nip down here, we fall down the left one, it's scary I know, but we're not gonna die. And then somewhere about here, yep, here we go. We come out here, and we've got a bunch of stuff. Not sure if any of it's stuff we can use, but like, you know, the safer we are, or something. Cracked red orb, that is useless. I think that's for multiplayer. Big thumbs down for multiplayer. Weapon and a spellcasting thing? Nah, never. None of the DLCs. Not a one. Can't wait. I've heard the Bloodborne DLC. Some people say the Bloodborne DLC is the single best thing From Software have ever made. It is held up there as like, you know, when Elden Ring came out, there were people going, so is Elden Ring better than the Bloodborne DLC? You know, it's like, the Bloodborne is the best DLC I have ever played. Oh, shit, yes. Yes! Y'all, I'm obsessed with this series. We just keep coming back to... We're just always... The stream is always gonna keep coming back to From Software games. Ah! No, Skellies, no. I'm too low level to fight you, I think. I'm confident that I'm too low level to fight you. Can one of you just hit me once? Just one little slash. For science. Hit me once. Well, I'm not doing much damage to you, that's for sure. Shit, okay. Hang on. Oh, I'm heavy rolling. Nope. No. Oh yeah, we're fighting skellies with a bladed weapon. I've realised that's exactly what we're doing here. How is it you jump in this one again? You run and then you tap run again. What a load of shite. That's terrible. Can you believe every game before Elden Ring, you had to hold run and then tap run to do like the feeblest little jump ever? Ah, no, we cannot end our no death run here to a little skeleton. Like the first fight we get into cannot be the end of us. I can't have this. You are a problem. Ah, sir. Oh no, there's more bones here, but we want that item. Right, okay. Yeah, Spirit Weasel, I've got both versions, And I really sat and hemmed and hawed about which version to put on when we first started playing this for a long time. And it's annoying because you Google it and people are like, well, there's positives to both. And I was like, no, don't do that. Tell me, play the original, it's way better. Or tell me, play remastered, it's way better. But with Dark Souls 1, people were like, well, you know, there's pros and cons to both. I was like, fuck. And then my mate Jordan was like, wait till you get to Dark Souls 2. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, there's actually 2 entire different versions of Dark Souls 2. I was like, no, there isn't. What are you talking about? He's like, items, enemy locations, everything. There's just 2 entirely separate versions of Dark Souls 2. They both have the DLC, but they're both different. I was like, so what's the better one? And he was like, well, they're both worth playing, really. I was like, no! What? Don't do that. This is like when you try to go back and watch Alien. And people are like, well, you can watch the director's cut, but if you watch the Prometheus cut with the director comedy, give me the one. Give me the one. I don't want this. I love video games. From Software games are the kind of games where I'll just be sitting playing them and I'll just think to myself like, God, video games are just the best thing ever, aren't they? It's like... We're close enough that it doesn't matter. Yeah, fair. Which version of Dark Souls 2 are you playing? I don't know. Honestly, I'm scared to decide. The graveyard has my favourite weapon. You make me so scatterbrained just because they... I'm up to 11. I get that playing these. I get that playing these. I really do. I get so amped up. Twitch tech question. Oh, go on. I'm new here. Spirit Weasel's been here for a bit longer than me, I think. Spirit Weasel, how long have you been streaming? How long have you been streaming, Spirit Weasel? Hey, Spirit Weasel. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Go right ahead, Nier, please. We're all learning together how to stream. I certainly am. Huh. I don't know if you can, Nier. I'm not sure if you can. There's apparently loads of cool analytics stuff that I've never looked at that is full of like cool information about like age ranges and what country you're... It's interesting actually. I was looking at where did my most subscribers, just subscribers, this was the only interesting one really, it was did my most subscribers come from this month? And 1 month it was Britain, 1 month it was like Bulgaria, 1 month it was somewhere in the US, and I was just like, whoa, this is amazing, you know? I think I thought I'd only get other British people because I'm streaming in Britain. I don't know, you know? Like in multiplayer games, you only get grouped with people in your region. I was trying to prove I was female friendly, but I could not find the info. I'm gonna be honest, I've said this on the stream before. I mean, no offense. No offense, because, you know, I am one. But I expected that when I started streaming, I would be 99 to 100% straight, white, chubby dorks. You know? Like, I was 100% expecting to find my audience. More people that look like me. And like, you know, it sucks, but I really did not. The fact that Emily and Xena and Henrik came and they were like, a man, a woman, and a person who wants to go by they, I was like, this is amazing. I would never have ever thought I'd find an audience like that, ever. I really thought I would only like nerdy men would give me the time of day because I'm just a nerdy man, you know. But there are women who come here sometimes, and I'm like, whoa, what are you doing here? I am not female friendly unless she's bisexual like me. That's fair. That's fair. When we can both enjoy some under. Can't we all, you know? There's a lot more variety in the gaming scene than there used to be. Can't we all just enjoy, you know? Can't we all just hold hands, reach across party lines, and enjoy some underboob, you know? Right, we need to remove some gear. I can't be slow rolling. This is unacceptable. Once we get to the next bonfire, let's take a look at what we're working with here. Oh boy, somehow that's given me a fright. I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming. I've been really jumpy the last couple of days. That last episode of the like final recording of Silent Hill, I was like shook. I'm jumping at everything. I was totally like, and that seems to have stayed. Watching female streamers is kind of fun for me because almost all of my experience with video game content is men. Yeah, so it's like a new perspective. Yet, since I'm a VTuber, you're a VTuber. Really? I feel like you've mentioned that before actually, and I meant to ask. So you stream regularly as a like model, is it like a 3D model? My sexy foxy waifu. Whoa, no way. Hey, hello. Hello. I just assume all of the sexy foxy waifus are actually like 60-year-old men, and it's just because I'm like I'm just a narrow-minded asshole. I just like, as soon as I see a VTuber and it's like some hot anime girl, I'm like, that old man is earning his money. But I think I'm just being an asshole. Well, Nier is a 60-year-old man, but that's besides the point. Nier is a VTuber, but that is not why people watch her. People watch her because she's very entertaining. God, Spirit Weasel is so insanely positive. It is amazing. I need people like Spirit Weasel all day, every day in my life. Let's make the channel motto be, what would WWSP do? SP? SW? Spirit Weasel same. Spirit Weasel, when he turns the camera on, he is a real, legitimate adult streamer who is doing the streaming and is a streamer. Me, when I turn the camera on, I'm just some fucking idiot with a camera on. Why would anyone want to watch me, you know? It's like one of those, but I bet if I'm in Spirit Weasel's shoes, I'm like, oh, look at that streamer, and I'm just some guy. It's real, like, it's real. And I feel like I've never had to, if we're being real about it, I feel like I've never had to really be positive about myself, like believe in myself or whatever, because I've just, and now here you sort of have to be, Xena was in the chat a lot being like, you gotta be your own #1 fan. And I was like, but I'm not, I don't want to be, but like I realize you sort of have to be, you have to be. And I get that that's everyone who has to sell themselves. Streamers, wrestlers, actors, everyone has to, influencers, you sort of have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your product. And if your product's yourself, then you have to start believing in yourself, unfortunately. But it's just so, I find it so hard. It's very weird. I'm getting there. I'm like Spirit Weasel, I'm so positive all the time, but just like for everything else. Keep the positivity outwards, not inwards. We're doing not bad. You've got a trailer.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you.
You seem to have your wits about
You are
you.
a welcome customer. I trade for souls.
I trade for
Everything's sale.
souls. I love that every character loves a giggle. We bring it up every time we play this, but every character, good, bad, in the middle, ends their speech with a little laugh, just a little laugh. Right, if we're gonna survive out here in the madness, do we need any of this shit?
What a waste of time. Go and fall off a cliff.
I feel like I might make a trailer. I don't know how to edit it, but at some point I feel like I might make a trailer. I'll start with, oh my god, I could start the trailer with like all the negative, there's not been many, but there's been a few like negative comments on the YouTube and stuff. We could start the trailer with like, do you want the man that Times Magazine said? And then it'll show the actual comment I got on YouTube of someone being like, this guy never fucking shuts up. Does he ever stop talking? And then we cut to like, do you want the man that Times said? And then it shows like the YouTube comment of like, this guy doesn't even know how to play this game. And then it cuts to, you know, and we just go through, oh, we could have a trailer on our hands here. And it just cuts to me screaming about From Software.
Oh, I hope
You know what, dude? You know what? I'm sorry, but on our 7th or 8th...
You haven't got right, Julia.
On our 7th or 8th No Death run, someone told us the secret that is, you can get all of this guy's stuff for free. Free, you say? Free? How do we do that?
Gone mad, have you? I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Julia! You... Why me?
Why me?
Julia?
Sorry, dude. I'm never ever the kind of person that just kills NPCs in games ever. I can't do it. I'm not that guy. But, you know. You can't sell to him now, though. Oh, shit. Huh. Yeah, but when we get the big dog mouth, he eats trash for money or something, right? The big dog mouth eats trash for money, that's a thing, right? I know what I mean. Right. Yeah, I've never ever been like a... What's the word I'm looking for? I've never been a... Be mean to the NPCs in games. Kill the NPCs and get, you know, blow up Nuketown in Fallout. I've never been that guy, but for whatever reason in the Dark Souls games, it's almost like encouraged. You should see what happens when you slice that NPC's head off. You know, it's like it's almost encouraged. Me too, Spirit Weasel. I did an entire playthrough of the Mass Effect trilogy and never did a single thing out of line. I was just a perfect little good little boy who did all the military rules right and never said anything out of line. And when I beat it, I was like, what? I could have had just a tiny little bit of edge. Just a tiny little bit of edge. Right, so what does this scale with? This weapon scales with strength and dex, which is perfect because we're 11 in both. This weapon scales 14-14 in both. Interesting, okay. Oh, but it only scales with dex, but it does have bleed. Okay, we're going to use this weapon, I think. The Uchi Gucci. We're going to use the Uchi Gucci. Is this shield better for us? It is better for magic and lightning. Okay, nah. Is the Morning Star better for us? It is, and it does bleed. Boy, howdy. Actually, you know what? We're gonna... Are you looking to do magic or just melee? Good question. Good question. That's an excellent question. We'll probably add pyromancy because people were saying like it doesn't scale with anything. Like, you know, in our main playthrough, we had pyromancy, but it was because like people were saying it's sort of like a secondary skill that scales on its own or something like that. Whereas the other magics are all like their own class with their own stat or something like that. Please try to parse these words into something that makes sense. Yeah, that's it. Magic, it's just, the fire magic, it's just souls to level it up. Whereas all the other magics, it's actually like these stats here. Faith and intelligence. Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so let's just do health up to 25. I am seriously, we do not... Pyromancy scales with capital... Right, are we still slow rolling? We are. Why? I've equipped a lighter weapon. Do we have any gear at all? Maybe we take the helmet off. We're still slow rolling. Okay. We want, okay, we put the helmet back on, we take off the pants. We take off the pants. You got, no, yes! Beautiful! My masterpiece, my muse! She's magnificent! Ah, she's so slow rolling, come on! What if we lost the legs and the helmet then? Whoa, dude! Unbelievable! Medium rolling, we're medium rolling, here we go! Now wait, hold on actually. If I put the helmet on and took the gloves off, what does the helmet, yeah, we took the gloves off. We're medium rolling, there we go. Yes, look at the little spindly limbs. Oh my god, it looks like a SpongeBob character. I love it so much. Right, come on, let's go cause some death. Come on little legs. Kill Havel for the ring. Oh my god, we could kill Havel for the ring. Oh, that's an appealing offer, honestly. We could kill Havel for the ring and then we'd be golden for the rest of the game in terms of like weight carry and stuff. Oh, there's 4 of you. That will not do for a no death run. That will not do. Hang on. Let's two hand. Let's do the jump attack. There we go. Right. This locks from the other side, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't even matter. We've got the key. I love this game so much. Hello, sir. That was a backstab I didn't deserve. I didn't really deserve that backstab, honestly. Oh! Hi there. You're in the corner hiding. Remember, y'all, there's a song so you know if it's a trickster, but this isn't a trickster, so it's fine. It's not even a song, it's just a phrase, but it's an important phrase. I love this game. One thing that Dark Souls 1 does better than any other games how connected the world is. Yeah, I mean, the sheer brilliance of the level design is something I loved about Bloodborne. And my mate, the mate I talk about all the time, who's obsessed with these games, was like, you've no idea, dude. It's like, oh shit. He's like, Dark Souls 1 is like a little box, a little puzzle box masterpiece. And it's like, yeah, sure enough, every time we were like, where are we going? Where are we now? We'd come up a thing and we're back in Firelink Shrine. I'm like, my god, this is masterful. No. No. Please, no. Oh my god, no. Oh boy, oh boy. Our blue lady almost, no, can we, no, please. Shit. You gotta meet this guy. I keep trying to convince him to stream. But he's had stupid kids now and he like cares about them and stuff and wants to spend his time raising them or some shit. I don't know. Now, I'm right in saying that this door here is the key we got from the dude. We could have bought it or we stabbed him in the back, right? This is it, right? We have entered here because of the shop guy. Yulia! That guy. Right, now, here is the real question, right? Could... Right, let me kill these guys first and then we'll... That was a great impression. Here we go. Here we go. Right, now, here is the question, right? My mate who said to me, the one good bit of advice he gave me for this run, I mentioned it earlier, is he said, you've got to hope that the first big scary man drops his big scary weapon. Now, he was referring to this dude here. The first time you see a big man and you go, whoa, he looks scary. I know he's referring to this guy. This is the first big scary man. And he says that if we kill him, there's a chance he'll drop that thing that's in his hand. And if he drops that thing that's in his hand, we've to equip it and never remove it. That's how we do the no death run. So, my question is, can we bring him up here? Can we bring him up here and get him hit by this flaming barrel? Is it possible to get him hit by the barrel and I avoid it somehow? The answer is no, right? Right. So, no guarantee he drops it. Yeah, no, I know, there's no guarantee. Right. No, he's one and done. This guy dies and he's gone. All of the Black Knights are. Right, here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna try and bring him up here. We're gonna go right here. We're gonna wait till this guy gets painfully close to us. Too close. Dangerously close. Till he's like right on top of us. And then I'm gonna run up these stairs, trigger this, hope that he follows behind me, and then if I can just run behind him, the barrel will hit him. Boom. Or we could just parry him. Yeah, I mean, I guess that works too. Okay, well, we just try parrying him first then, and then if that doesn't work, we'll do the cool barrel trick. Let's just try parrying him first. Hey, buddy, do you want to come up to the... There's an open area up here. Come with me. It's better than fighting down the tunnel. Follow me, big man. Follow me. Come on. This way. Up here. Oh, there's a... Oh, fuck, there's an archer up there. Can you hold off while I go deal with the archer? You wait down here, sir. Sir, if you could just wait down here. Ah, sir? No, oh no, shit. We can't be having the run end this early, unfortunately. Right, let's start taking this seriously. Let's stop fucking about. Let's stop fucking about. Sir, come here. Get away from that archer. Come here. You ready? You ready, sir? You ready to get bled? Oh, bam! Right, sir. You ready for another one? Oh! Right, sir. You ready? You ready? You ready, sir? Come on. You ready? Oh! That's a three-peat! That's a triple! Sir, I've had enough of you. You panicking? You panicking, sir? Oh, you seem a bit panicky. Or is it me? Am I panicky? It might be me that's panicky. Sir, you ready? Ready for another one? Oh! I've put the controller down. He's dead. I've put the controller down. He's not dead. Fuck. Yes, he's dead. Ah! We got the shield. Okay, okay. We didn't. That was so sick. We didn't get the weapon, but we got the shield. I'm buzzing after that. I've never parried that well in my life. Yeah, near L1 holds the shield up and L2 does a sort of quick blast. You need to time it perfectly. Someone else took over my hands there. That was the coolest shit. I was like watching that happen going like, damn, that's sick play, and then having to go like, oh, that's me. That was amazing. That was so sick. Right, okay, boost death when HP is low. This'll keep us alive a little bit. Oh my god, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. Right, should we go deal with this bloody archer now? I'm trying to fight a big man and you were getting in the way. If you recall on our main playthrough, we referred to this guy here as a PC gamer. And what he does is he sits in this tower and screams about how much better he is at first-person shooters because he's using a keyboard and mouse. That's what this guy does. He sits up here, he shoots his little crossbow, and he screams about how much DPS and FPS he has on his colourful Bright Lights PC. That is this character. So we're going to come in here with our controller and stab him with a single button. He doesn't understand, this guy doesn't understand that you only need like 8 or 9 buttons to play a game. He needs a flat device from the 40s with 75 buttons. He needs it. And he just sits up in this tower and screams about how much better his PC is than my console. So, that's who he is, that's his lore. You probably don't know it. It's the lore's hidden deep in Dark Souls. You really need to be reading. Oh shit, the barrel. The barrel. The lore's hidden deep in Dark Souls, but if you look, yeah, that guy's like a die-hard PC gamer, like. The guy up that tower says things like, what's the point in even owning a console these days? You know, like, he just sits up in that tower and smashes his mechanical keyboard. The master key, oh, this is Havel, isn't it? Hang on. There's nothing down here but Havel. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, right. Well, you just parried that Black Knight. Yeah, we did. Can I parry Havel? Isn't he, like, too big for the parry? Isn't that his whole deal? Isn't he one of the big boys? Where's the barrel? Doesn't one of those barrels have a little creature in it? This is the... Hang on. This is the fast dude with the 2 dogs. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is the big dude on the curved bridge where you can drop down on the thing. Yeah, it is. Okay, we're not going to fight him right now. What's up here? Absolutely nothing. So one of these has a creature beast. One of these has a creature beast. There it is. Hey, get back here. Hey, there we go. Gotcha. Right, we're not fighting the boss right now. We're not fighting the boss right now, or Havel right now. We're going to go back to the bonfire, rest up, spend our souls. If we want to not death run, we're going to have to try not to die. I've been playing for 5 days. I don't know anything. Nier, the thing I love about these games is that there is so much depth to them that it's like... I've been playing From Software games for years, and then someone will tell me, oh, did you know that one shield actually has this unique property where blank, 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 and you're like, oh my god, there's like constantly more depth that you didn't know existed. It's just so... It's so good. Yeah, these games have a hard barrier to entry. But my god, do they have like an extremely high ceiling of enjoyment, if that makes sense. Right, we want to eat any bitties we've got. We've got a single bitty for munching. Let's munch that. Then we want to level up our... Only like 12 people are ever going to see. Yep. And that stuff is to be commended. That stuff is to be commended. You won't find much of that in games these days. If you make something cool, it's going in the main story. Whereas From Software are like, nah, put all the best stuff behind painted walls and fake doors and shit. Okay, so we have 2 levels to play with. What does endurance actually do here? Parameters determine your stamina, your equipment load, and your resistance to bleeding. Okay, so... I haven't been using the soul item things either. Yeah, that's great though, Nier. My mate that's obsessed with these games specifically doesn't use them until the end of the game. He loves hoarding them and then like popping them before the end boss. He just gets like hundreds of thousands of souls at once. Or... if he has like a shitty death and he loses a load of souls, he just gets mad and he'll like pop every one of those he's picked up for the whole game. It sounds like a fun way to do it, but for me, someone who's desperate to survive in these games most of the time, I'm using them as soon as I get them. I'm popping them like crazy. Oh, I see what you mean. You use them as like my current souls are just about to get to my, how many of the little edibles can I eat to get me over. That's smart. That's actually really cool. Yeah, I probably should do it a bit more like that. Okay, right, so we've got 2 levels to do. I'm gonna do strength and dex. I don't know if we should maybe be doing vitality, but, you know, it's fine. We've got a knight now. Strong, powerful woman who's got a 4 weight weapon, and the one we started with is 3 weight and does slightly different damage. Let's go back to the broadsword actually, and let's... The shield we got off the guy, the shield we got from the man is obviously heavier. Oh, we can't even equip it right now. It requires 16 strength. Okay, then we don't need to worry about that at all. So, the leggings are 6.4, the gauntlets are 3.5. Can I equip my gauntlets and still be... I can now. Okay, we're medium rolling. Then if that's the case, will we take off the gloves and put on the legs? Am I still medium rolling then? No, I'm not. Okay. Right, so... What if we put... The arms are 3.5. The head's 4.2. Okay, so we take them off. What if we... They're actually 22 defense. Well, they're only 17. And I guess that's why they cost more, right? So we put the legs on and we take the arms and the helmet off. And we're medium rolling. Perfect, okay. What if we put the lightest one of those back on, and that's the arms? We're back to slow rolling. Okay, okay. I used to the 5 points per level and do an archer dex builds. Oh, here's something interesting I should probably point out, because you've mentioned that you're doing an archer build. I've played From Software games for almost a decade now, and some of them a bunch of times over and over. And I have probably fired a bow maybe 3 times. I am not sure if bows are even a thing this early in the season. Like, I've no idea. But you're maybe the first person I've ever heard say, I am playing as an archer. I'm like, oh, really? Archer builds... Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I thought you were saying you are playing Dark Souls 1 as an archer. I was like, that is the most extreme thing I've ever heard. okay, sorry. Yeah, you're going to be so lost on your first time playing. Don't worry about it at all. You're going to be so... I'm still lost playing these games. Where do you see your weight limit, your equip load? It's 50. I'm an axe bandit. Someone in her chat described bows in a Souls game as a tool, not a weapon. Hey, that's actually great, yeah. Sometimes you're gonna need a bow to just hit that one guy because he's sort of in the way, and, you know, it's like it is a useful tool for dealing with certain scenarios, rather than like a source of attack. That's fantastic. That's so funny. Okay, so... Tell me something. If I reverse Hollowin and become a human in this game, that's not doing what it does in Elden Ring and like putting my stats up, right? That's not giving me more health and attack and stuff. Like, this early in the series, that's essentially doing nothing. Am I right here? I could be way off. He's just an uber nerd. I like that. Uber nerds are very welcome. As are you lot, even if you're not an uber nerd. Just lets you summon. Okay, yeah, and kindle. See? Kindle. Yes, okay, let's kindle. That's a great point. Before we go to this boss, we need to kindle. Thank you Spirit Weasel, you bloody genius. Right. The kind of nerd that is like, show me your faith Pokemon card. Ah! Yo, is he single? Tell him to hit me up. Right, kindling the bonfire. Something I think I maybe would never have discovered if people hadn't explained what it actually does. But yes, we've kindled the bonfire and now we have 10 Estus flasks for this boss fight. Which we are just going to sprint to, right? No, we're not. We're going to slow and steady wins the race. We've already talked about this. Yeah, I've got complicated feelings about that. I used to work in games. I studied game design and stuff. I feel like I understand this to an extent, and I really appreciate what From Software are going for when they do this. But would it hinder their games? Like, I truly believe you could add a tutorial to these games and not have it hinder the experience at all. Just like not like a here's all the secrets broken down for you, but like a here is the basic beginner, you know. They don't tell you, the games don't tell you at all that scaling is the most important thing in the game. There are definitely people who beat this entire game that maybe beat multiple From Software games and do not understand scaling at all. Never look at it, because it's just another stat. That stuff could absolutely be explained and not ruin the, like, magical experience that is the, like, learn it yourself from software thing. Another thing that's guilty of this is Monster Hunter. I actually think From Software and Monster Hunter both do onboarding exceptionally poorly. Like, it's actually kind of insane how little the two tell anybody. You'll see this, and unless they've miraculously fixed it, you'll see at the end of this month when we play Monster Hunter and nothing is explained. Nothing is explained. You have to have played all the previous games. But yeah, the From Software games could absolutely be doing with, like, a tiny bit of tutorialization. For real. Yeah, Monster Hunter gives you 20 hours to figure out yourself. Yeah, Monster Hunter is the same. Monster Hunter's like this, but it's really easy at first. But, like, Monster Hunter's one of these series that is always just building on top of itself. Its mechanics on top of the previous mechanics, like this kind of is to an extent. And if you want to understand a mechanic in a Monster Hunter game, you have to go to the game where that mechanic was introduced, and it'll be tutorialed there. But if you want a different mechanic and it was introduced in an earlier Monster Hunter, you're going to have to go back there. There's Compelu. I've just realised you're a first-time chatter. Compelu. Compelu. That's a good name. Tell me how to pronounce it properly so I don't mess it up. Oh, wait. You're the man. Oh, we were all just fancying on you. Hello, sir. Making any weapon lightning because the numbers looked bigger. Yeah, I mean, that is really... These games are totally like that, like... And it is part of the charm, it's part of the appeal of these and of Monster Hunter, that once you've broken through the somewhat impenetrable barrier, you've, like, gotten to the other side. You're on the inner circle now. But I'm definitely more of a lower the ladder, down behind you type. And I think that these games and Monster Hunter would be a lot better if they had tutorialization in any way. Not too painful, but, like, they really could be just giving you the basics. It wouldn't hurt to be like, scaling. Here's how it works. Right, here we go. The first time we might actually die in this no-death playthrough is this room. So I apologise. God, am I excited for another Monster Hunter. God, am I excited for another one. The last Monster Hunter, I love to death. It didn't get enough respect. There are people out there who say they're still waiting for the sequel to Monster Hunter Worlds. People are waiting for the next game after Monster Hunter Worlds come out. And I'm like, bitch, Rise was sick as hell. Rise was not it. The bin. Rise was there. Almost everything that people are excited about in Wilds was in Rise. The traversal, so many of the systems were in Rise. It's absurd that people were like, nah, Rise wasn't it. Rise is definitely the one I've put the most time into. It was so sick. But yeah, Worlds was amazing, but Rise was better than Worlds if you ask me. Although both of them had that Monster Hunter problem that all Monster Hunters have, and it's the story was just anime trash. The narrative was embarrassing, as is most Monster Hunter games. Would you believe the hot girl and the other hot girl want you to kill a monster for the demon of time or some shite? It's just like, fucking let me just kill the monsters and shut up. Yeah, Monster Hunter is an absolute perfect example of why people like hate anime. The story is just this like meaningless nonsense full of big titty teenage girls who are like 47,000-year-old demons. Yeah. Me too, Spirit Weasel. World was bloated. World was the first time I played a Monster Hunter and was like, this game is bloated. They need to trim the fat of this game a bit. And then they brought out Rise and they did. And they made traversal faster, they made the multiplayer better. And sure enough, all of the good qualities of Rise are making it to this new game that everyone's excited about. I can't wait, I absolutely can't wait. There is a chance, there is a worrying chance that Wilds is going to be like World. It's going to be too bloated. There is a real chance. But I believe it'll get the streamlinedness that Rise had and that some of the DS ones had. And not be just this like big sort of like meandering thing like World was. Taurus man, do not hit me. Taurus man. We're dangerously close to getting kicked off the edge of the map there, do you see that? Did you see we're way close to getting kicked off the edge of the map? That was exciting. That was exciting. Right, should we drop on him? Should we drop on him? My hands are sweating like crazy. My hands are sweating like crazy. Oh, he's running. We can't drop on him. We can't drop on him. He's running. Maybe we can, actually. Maybe we can. Come on, let's just do the thing. You're not getting me, big man. You're not getting me. You're not getting me. No. No, no. No, no. Here we go. Here we go. We're two-handing. We're two-handing. Here we go. Bam! Right in the eye! You big bitch! Yes! Oh. Oh, I'm sweating like crazy. The environments here. World had good environments. I actually find with most Monster Hunters that I enjoy the gameplay loop despite the fact that I don't like much else about it. I never like the characters, I never like the story. I never like how you're just repeating missions over and over and over again. There's quite a lot I don't like about Monster Hunter, if I'm being real. But the loop, that fight the thing, come back, oh shit, I got that dog's breastbone, and now I can build the cufflinks I've always wanted. Shit, if we go kill that giant cat and 25 times, we'll get its ankle bones, and we can turn that ankle bones into the sickest pair of shoes you've ever seen. There is a loop that Monster Hunter does so well, but there's far too many systems, it's bloated, it's not tutorialized at all, it's really unfriendly to newcomers, and the plot is always some nonsense. Sorry, I said no, but I didn't mean it, I was just talking shit about Monster Hunter.
In a land, so what do you
Yeah, I loved one of my favourite Monster Hunter experiences was the one on the DS. So I'm fine with graphics being terrible, like. I can't even remember which one it was. Maybe it was on the 3DS. I can't remember. I just know that one of the Monster Hunters, one of the handheld Monster Hunters was like the most addicted I've been to a game in years. Every day I'd be going to class and I'd just be like playing Monster Hunter on my fucking 2DS or whatever it was. Oh wait, hold up. This is the man, right? The man's coming. The man's coming. I remember this. I had a really hard series getting to try it. I love the concept, but it was just so clunky. Try. You know, I'm not sure I've ever played Try. Which one was that? Monster Hunter Try. It does ring a bell. Was it on the PS3? Monster Hunter Try. Yeah, I've either not... Try was the Wii one. Oh, I never played... Yeah, okay, yeah. God, there was one on the Wii. Forgot all about that. Did it use all the motion controls? Were you like lassoing the creatures and stuff like that? Go Midbellow. We've got a couple in the chat, y'all. That's exciting. A couple. A young couple in love. I was so addicted to Monster Hunter that one of the 3DS games had a deluxe version only released in Japan, and I bought the game even though it was only in Japanese and I couldn't understand shit. Later release on Wii U and 3DS for cross-platform support. Maybe Try is the one I played to death on the 3DS, but I don't think it was. I wonder what it was. My mind's drawing a blank. But yeah, there was one handheld one that I devoured. It was so good. Shit, was it on the PSP? No. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, Monster Hunter is one of those series I've got like a bit of a love-hate thing with, for real. I really enjoy playing it, but there are so many things it does that I don't like, you know. I wanted to say so many things it does poorly, but it might not do them poorly. It might just be that I don't like them, you know. But Rise looks set to be the sickest thing there's ever been, so that'll be cool. That helmet's still too heavy. We're still too heavy with a helmet on. Fine. Monster Hunter is so lucky the raw gameplay is so... That's exactly where I'm at. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is exactly where I'm at. I remember last year, one of the streamers I love, him and his friends all started playing Monster Hunter together, and I think they started on... Maybe it was World? I can't remember. But watching like people who know games but don't know the rules of Monster Hunter trying to get into it was like painful. They're like, what are we supposed to do? I don't and it was like, oh well, you have to go in, you have to use a lure or something. He was like, right, well, how do I use it? It's like, well, you have to go into your bag, but you can't just equip it. You have to go into your bag and use this thing on this other thing to then be able to put it down. But you've got to make sure you're not putting it down in the wrong place or it won't actually lure the monster. And they were all like, where do we learn this? And the folk in the chat were like, on the wiki? In previous Monster Hunter games? And it's just like, that sucks! That sucks! But yeah, that kind of stuff pisses me off. There's no excuse for that. There's really no excuse for that. And these games are bad for it too. I will always talk shit about... From Software does not tutorialize these enough. At all. But I get it, because once you're in the inner circle and you've figured out how these games work, it makes you feel really cool, and I'm the same. Once these clicked with me, I was like, oh my god, I'm a cool person. I love Dark Souls. But yeah, it's an interesting argument, the like, tutorializing these games versus leaving it vague. I do definitely see both sides, for sure. Now, I think there is an answer that would please both sides. I think you could tutorialize the very basics so that new players can just fumble about knowing the bare minimum. Whereas games like this in Monster Hunter really do follow that Japanese... It is Japanese. It's like a more Japanese mindset of like, let them figure it out themselves. Just let them figure it out themselves. Because the alternative is the Ubisoft over-tutorialization of everything, you know? Have you ever played the Ubisoft or a modern Nintendo game? It is like, you're spending the first hour in Tutorial City. Everything is covered in like colourful padding. No one can get hurt. I appreciate you being here, Near, seriously, and I appreciate you bringing your lovely boyfriend. Anyone who wants to come in here and chat it up about video games with us is alright by me. And your lovely man friend has played Monster Hunter, so he knows his stuff. He's fucking dope. That's love. Don't you just love people being positive about their partners? We can only hope we all end up with a partner who says things like, my BF is fucking dope to us, you know? To other people. Man, I gotta get a partner. I love people coming in here. I tell you what I love. I love people talking about video games, and I love love. And these two obviously love each other. They're talking to us about video games. It doesn't get any better than that. Based. I love internet words. You know, it's too good of a person to be on Twitter. No, I just keep all of my nefarious activity secret. I just don't Twitch myself when I'm murdering and eating children. When I'm voting for the Tories and kicking the homeless, I don't stream that. But when I'm you know, when I'm rallying about the 1%, you know, that's just me putting on. Right, here's the second time we this is the first time we actually might die here. That's done nothing to him. Why did that not do any damage? Are you even hittable? Oh my god, right, okay. Havel, could you just hang on a sec? I'll be back with a different weapon. You wait right there. You wait right there. I'll be back with a slightly different weapon. One tick. 1 second. You just wait there. I'll be back. Hang on. We've got a sort of blunt weapon that does bleeding, don't we? The Morning Star. There we go. Right, Havel. Here I'm coming. Oh, you've... Jesus Christ! You've come to me. That's something. Huh. Right. Can he be parried? Can he be parried, please? I think he can. I think he can. He was lonely down there. Yeah, I think he was. Havel, can you be parried? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Here we go. No! Holy crap, that's a lot of health. Shit, 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 shit. Havel, please no. No! Oh my god. Don't you drop attack me. I'm doing it, Havel, I'm doing a no death run. Don't you understand what that means? Thing is about From Software, right? The thing is, the actual thing is, right, about From Software, right, is that they're just fucking overrated, right? The thing is that From Software, not only are they themselves an overrated development team, but their games are shit. Fucking stupid games, anyway. It's fucking pointless. Oh, it's just hard. They're just hard. Oh, it's because they're hard. They're fun. Yeah, that's fucking great.